Now, Ange Postecoglou has said his actions during Tottenham's loss to Chelsea were misinterpreted when he made a gesture in the direction of the Spurs supporters area after his sub Pape Sarr scored a goal that was later disallowed. The coach hit out at VAR after the game.
I've tried to sort of design a game plan that, you know, has tempo and energy, because I think if you're going to bring people there for an hour and a half of, you know, entertainment and engagement, you want them off their seats, you want them, you know, and like there was 12 minutes of extra time last night. I mean, this is not, so like I said, this is not like VAR was brought in last month. It's been in here for a long time and it's still taking 12 minutes. Now everyone say, oh yeah, but he came to the right decision. Well, you know, like I said, well, that's what people want then. You know, let's continue and you'll continue to get this. I don't like it. I am falling out of love in the game because I loved celebrating goals. I don't, like I said last night, I did, and I'm paying a massive price for it. Yeah, I'll make sure I don't do it again, but I reckon that's kind of sad.
Still with us, we have Frank, we've got Mark, and we've got Ian Darke. Now, Ian, does he have a point here in what he's saying about how long it takes for these VR decisions to be made, or is it just an indictment of how bad things are at Spurs right now?
A bit of both. I think VAR has been with us for several years. It didn't come in last night. So, you know, why is it taking this long to get these decisions made, even at this advanced point in the process? And they're still getting things wrong. Look at the Tarkowski thing the other night. That was a clear-cut red card, and the VAR guy doesn't say to the referee, you need to go to the screen to look at it. So there's a lot of subjectivity. It has drained the drama out of matches. Yeah, they probably did get it right in the end, but how far back do you want to go on every goal? Are you going to go through every goal with a fine-tooth comb? Go back, what, 10 minutes and see if something happened then, perhaps? It kind of ludicrous, really, last night, I thought, to be honest with you. I mean, for 150 years, that's a good goal.
Does it take the joy out of the game?
Well, I'd be falling out of love with the game if I had to watch Spurs play every single week to entertain and get people off their seats for 90 minutes. That's my job. No, that's not your job. No. Your job is actually to have Spurs in a better position than 14th and winning games. That's your job, first and foremost. How you go about doing that, that's on you, and you have chosen to make it this style that makes it impossible for this team to defend properly. Now, if you want to then take that part of the conversation into I'm falling in love out of love with the game because of VAR, then now it's Captain Deflecto. You're deflecting away from the fact that your team stinks, and let's pay attention to VAR and the extra 11 or 12 minutes or whatever it is. So while I agree with Ian that some of this stuff, yes, takes a whole lot longer than it should, and yes, it breaks the rhythm of game, that is not why Spurs are in 14th position right now. That is not it. So some people may fall for it, Ange. I'm not going to fall for it. You're deflecting.
Is he deflecting, or are you falling for it, Mark Ogden?
He's definitely deflecting, and you know, Ange will always say that he's not moaning, but he moans every week. Everything he does, he's moaning. He moans about VAR decisions. He moans about injuries. He moans about the fans. And I think, you know, Tottenham fans when he arrived, loved him. He was honest and he was different. But I speak to a few Spurs fans, and they're all at a loss with him. They think that, you know, he's well past his sell-by date. And I think you're getting to the point now where they need to win the Europa League to get into the Champions League. And would they be better served with a different manager than Ange Postecoglou? I think they probably would, but it's who you'd find for the remaining 2 months of the season to come in. But I don't know, if you're a Tottenham player or a Tottenham fan, like Ollie was saying before about Ruben Amorim, I think Amorim is Mr. Positive compared to Ange Postecoglou. Playing for Ange must be really difficult, and I think he's not helping Tottenham right now with what he says and what he does and the teams that he picks and the tactics that he selects. So I can't find a positive about Ange.
Frank, what was it you wanted to say there? Would you have liked to have seen a goal like that stand just to keep some of that drama there?
You know what? I think we can't live in the past. And that was absolutely stupid for me. And we saw so many things like we saw today with in Bundesliga, the second yellow card, and why they didn't use the VAR or whatever it can be. I think everything has to be better. And we are in the process of that. But you cannot deny that it would have been a mistake, an error, if that goal would have been accepted by the referee. There was a foul, and it's certainly clear for me that it should be disallowed, even if it takes like 3 or 4 minutes. So that's it.
And last point that I'll make on that is, we don't care if you're in love with the game or not. Was it a foul or not? And that is the point to be made here. It was a foul. So if that makes you fall out of love with the game, that's on you, Ange, not on anybody else.
Okay, so obviously he cupped his ears to his own fans afterwards, and he said afterwards, Ian, because obviously it was his sub that's come on and scored that goal, was then disallowed. He said afterwards that it was actually that he wanted cheering from his fans. So you're buying it?
Oh, all right.
No, definitely not buying it. I mean, they booed the substitutions that he'd made, and of course one of the guys he brought on scored the goal, or what he thought was the goal, and I think he was definitely just making a point to the Tottenham fans. Look, there's the guy I brought on, he's just scored for us. So I think he's being a bit economic with the truth and reinventing history a bit by giving us another version.
Yeah, there's definitely one way around this, Mark, is to just wait to celebrate as well to see what the VAR does say.
It does take a while, doesn't it, to be honest? I mean, I was at Anfield the other night when Beto had a goal disallowed, and the Everton fans were celebrating, but obviously it was ruled out. So it is a real kind of excitement killer. But, like Ali says, you want to get the decision right, and the decision was right. It was definitely a foul. So, take as long as you want.
Okay.